of the indigenous cultures here.
With a people forced to face the consequences of being on the front lines of the world's changing climate.
Glaciers in coastal Alaska are one of the largest contributors to global sea level rise.
A wild wilderness of American folklore.
Yeah, this is real off-road.
That continues to be shaped by nature.
You have to harmonize with it. This is the way life is.
Hey, I'm Julia with the catch-up. Tonight, big news for Liverpool FC, Bristol's new drugs scheme and Yorkshire's baby miracle. But we'll start with Liverpool manager Jurgen Klopp, who's calling it quits after 9 years in charge. His win rate is higher than any other Liverpool manager in history, and he even won the Champions League in 2019, but he says he's running out of energy. Fans in Liverpool are gobsmacked by the news.
We'll never have a Champions League night at Anfield with Klopp ever again. And I just think it's just a bit sad, like how far we've come.
It's hard, mate. Difficult to see where we go from here.
He's not just a manager, he's a man for the city as well. He just brings everything to the city, to the club.
Some other stories now. The UN's top court has decided that Israel doesn't have to stop the war in Gaza, but it must take all measures to prevent genocidal acts there. The UN describes genocide as a crime committed to deliberately destroy a national, ethnic, racial or religious group. The UK's first regular drug checking service will open in Bristol this weekend. People will be able to drop off illegal substances to be tested, and the goal is to reduce medical problems and overdoses. And two identical twins, Amy and Anna, were separated at birth, but they've been reunited after Amy posted this video on TikTok. They're two of thousands in Georgia that were stolen and offered for adoption on the black market. And we'll leave you with 10 seconds of baby leopard. Yes, this is Aukley. She just made her first appearance at the Yorkshire Wildlife Park. She's from a very rare and endangered species called Amur leopards, and there are less than 100 of them in the wild. You're all caught up now. See ya.
The weekend's weather is looking relatively quiet, certainly quieter than we started the week with all that stormy weather. Still quite breezy with a few showers, particularly across parts of Scotland, but for most of us, a dry weekend in store and things turning milder, particularly by the time we get to Sunday. So to start off Saturday, I think temperatures will be around about 1 or 2 degrees in the south and southeast of England. Quite a chilly start here, touch of frost, perhaps a few mist and fog patches around. They should clear away pretty quickly. Windiest weather will be in the north and northwest. We could see gusts 60, even 70 miles an hour up towards the Northern Isles through Saturday morning. Some rain lingering mainly to the north of the Great Glen, I think, for Scotland. Perhaps the odd light spot of rain for Northern Ireland as well. But I think for southern Scotland, England and Wales, we're looking at a dry day with some long spells of sunshine, areas of cloud drifting around, particularly towards the west, and highs around 9 or 10 degrees. Into Saturday evening, then it's again going to turn quite chilly in the south and the east for a time with those lighter winds, but more cloud rolling in towards the west. Could be the odd spot of drizzle coming out of this cloud as well, and it will be turning milder. Belfast, Plymouth, 8 or 9 degrees first thing Sunday, but only around about 3 there in Norwich. And through the day on Sunday then, as we've got high pressure sitting out towards the near continent, this frontal system moving its way in from the Atlantic, that is going to draw in these southerly winds all the way from North Africa. Could be some dusty conditions in the skies as well as the mild air that we're going to be seeing. So things, I think, a little bit hazy with all that Saharan dust around on Sunday for some of us. Some of it coming down in this rain that will arrive across Northern Ireland and Western Scotland later on in the afternoon. But a good deal of dry weather before that arrives. Perhaps a little bit more cloud through parts of the Midlands, southwest England as well. Sunny spells either side of that, and the top temperatures in the west up to around about 13 for the likes of Glasgow and Belfast. Into Monday, that frontal system has slipped its way a little bit further southwards and eastwards, so it's likely to bring some rain across much of northern England. I think Wales, perhaps down towards the far southwest. Just across parts of Scotland, it'll turn to snow for a time, perhaps over the highest ground of the southern uplands. And to the north in the cooler air, we're looking at single figures, 7 or 8 degrees. Still not particularly cold, but 14, possibly 15 in that warmer air down towards the southeast. So the week ahead, still fairly unsettled in the north and west, showers at times, drier conditions further south and east. And for all of us, it's a mild week ahead.